Hello friends, and welcome back to episode 8 of Assassin's Creed Origins. So for this episode, I decided we're going to progress with the story. Not that I'm not enjoying the side quests, but I kind of want to keep, a little bit of variety between what's actually happening in the game. So in order to prevent us from following the same series of quests from episode to episode, we're going to give it a little bit of... we're gonna might be like flipping back and forth, so like one episode on side quests, one episode on main story, or rather one episode on side objectives, so not just side quests but also things like completing nearby locations, finding synchronization points that are important, just having a back and forth between the two styles. I think that might be a little bit more productive for the Let's Play, but let me know down in the comments how you guys are feeling about doing all the side quests in the game, because it's quite a lot more side quests than I expected. So it might be something that is not fully conducive to making a interesting Let's Play. It might extend the game far beyond what I originally planned to do. And I'm pretty sure there's like no trophy or anything. You don't really get anything special for completing all the side quests anyways. So I'm not losing out if I don't complete all of them. I might be missing out on like the stories or whatever, but it could be that I just do the side quests otherwise outside of this Let's Play. So we might do it like that, you know what I mean? So we might focus more on side quests in a different series of videos. Could be the way that we handle it, but let me know how you guys feel. But in the meantime, we're going to be continuing on with the story of the game. So the last time we had an interaction with a main character was Aya in the beginning of the last episode, and she told us to seek out Apollodorus' friend in order to find out where Apollodorus himself is, so that we can get closer to Cleopatra. So we have to find a guy, to find a guy, to find Cleopatra. And, it's a few more steps than should be necessary to find a person, but, Cleopatra is the queen. She is the pharaoh, technically, sort of. So, it's only fair, I guess. But here we are at the Canopus Hippodrome, and this is actually one place where you can do a bunch of side content races. I don't really do them. I only did the first one like a couple days ago because I wanted to get the trophy for doing it, because I'm pretty close to platinuming this game, and I just wanted to do that to get myself a little bit closer to that objective. So I don't really find the races all that fun.
Aya sent me to speak to Apollodorus.
Shh. I'm sure you can appreciate that my master takes precautions concerning those he meets.
Yeah, makes sense.
I have a question only he can answer.
I will tell him you seek his counsel, and that Aya recommends you. Wait for tonight. If he sees fit to meet you, you'll be found near the lighthouse.
I just skipped from daytime to nighttime anyways. I just skipped from nighttime to daytime anyways.
Commemorating one of its greatest racers. Plenty of drinking and festivities, along with the races themselves, of course, if that appeals.
Nah. I'm just gonna skip. Skip! Straight to nighttime. I don't think Apollodorus himself meets us here in... I love how the boats actually keep moving during nighttime, or during the day to night switches. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna get involved in the races or any of these Lageon Hippodrome, any of these side objectives like this. I don't think that they give you much of a necessary reward. Could be that there's something if you complete like all of the tournaments. It's sort of set up in a tournament cup style of progression. So there's like a beginner's cup and a intermediate cup and a master cup, or whatever they're called. I forget the exact titles, but the races, they're just not very fun. I'm not really into racing as it is, and sure, there's a little bit of combat to the races. You can kind of fight as you're racing, not with weapons, but by like ramming your cart into the enemy's carts, etc. But they're still not really all that fun. I mean, they're not bad or anything, but I don't have much interest in them. So I'm gonna move past that. We're just gonna go straight to Apollodorus. The lighthouse that we're meeting him at, luckily enough, is a synchronization point. So if we ever need to return here to the city of Canopus, we'll be able to fast travel. But as I said before, the problem with fast traveling is that it really just kills the commentary. The loading, So We're going to be on and off with fast traveling, I think. Hopefully most of the time we'll be able to just take a boat most places, because this really is so much quicker. I could have walked or rode my mount to here, but wouldn't have been nearly as fast as a boat. Where are you at?
Apollodoros.
You there? Are you here to kill me or to be my friend?
To be your friend?
Bike of Siwa.
Ah,
I'm a friend of Aya.
Please.
Sure. Who's this? And why should I care?
Aya's Magi, huh?
Any other survivors?
Only Damastis. They took him prisoner.
Where's your
scroll? What of the scroll?
Damastis had it.
I'm about to say, where's
Damastis should
your...
have destroyed it.
His subtitles didn't show up at first.
Cleopatra owes you much. Can you get to a healer by yourself?
I don't know, he seems to be bleeding a lot. Maybe we shouldn't leave him on his own.
Huh? Well done.
He was the snake, yes?
Nope.
Man to man, Bayek, there is much you have yet to understand.
Man to man, I need an answer.
I must take the measure of you first. Rescue Damastis and recover the scroll. And then I will know if you're the man that Aya claims you to be.
Aya's his wife. Of course I am who she claims me to be. Bayek really doesn't have any patience,
Where
and I
is
don't
this
blame him.
Damastis?
He should be on the docks in Canopus Harbor.
Why does every time I get on here to record, I get a delivery of mail? And it's always mail from my wife, too. Every time. Not sure what this is. But it's for my wife, I don't know. She'll be interested in it. Anyways, back to gameplay. Alright. Really? There we go. Sail over there, shoot all those guys with a bow, rescue Damastes, and bring him back over here. Alright, let's see. Yoink. So this right here is obviously one of my... Ah! That was a really poor shot. Obviously one of my favorite abilities in the game, as you can tell from me using it all the freaking time.
They will attack on sight here.
Those other guys.
Ramon, save me!
I've heard a lot of people talk about how the controllable arrows are really difficult to control, but I don't know, I never had any problem with it, but that's because I typically enjoy using those sort of like
Hey, what? Don't forget
steerable
about
missiles.
me.
Anyways, I'm not gonna forget about you, guy, but I gotta kill this soldier that's coming after us.
What?
That one, and this one's over here close enough that I can just go smack him with my great big axe. Oh wow, there's a lot more over here than I expected there to be. Oh well, they're not gonna last long. What difficulty am I playing this on? Maybe I should crank up the difficulty, huh? Probably just send it up one level, just to give the combat a little bit more interesting variety. But I mean, I have been doing pretty poorly against bosses most of the time.
Filth in here.
I'm sorry, you won't have to for long. Okay, we're free. We're safe. No, we're not. Okay, there's another guy. Alright, hold on, guy. Wow, you are hiding really poorly.
Ramon, save me.
I missed that. There. Didn't miss that one. Alright, let's go.
Get me out of here.
Alright. At least I don't have to carry this one.
Get me to a safe place. Then we will talk.
Where are you going? I was gonna take you on my boat, but okay, fine, we'll go this way, I guess. I'm gonna light the trireme. Where are you going, my guy? Okay, I guess this is safe, I guess. Sometimes they know where to go, sometimes they'll just follow you. I guess it just depends. This is a story quest, though, so it's not the same as a side quest. Maybe it's more like the side quests than that you have to lead them. Are we not far enough away? I guess we're not far enough away. Come on, talk to me.
I was going to kill all of them. That damn cage was too hard to get out of, is all.
Sure. What's up with the bragging, guy? Are you done running? Yes? Okay, good. Where's the scroll?
Apollodorus sent me to help you.
What is the scroll,
Give me the
anyways?
scroll.
Scroll? I do not have any scroll.
Liar.
Your job was to carry it.
I hid it on our ship. I did not want
Idiot.
it to fall into the wrong hands.
Where is the ship?
At the bottom of the lake, they sank it.
Good God.
Very well. I will get it. Apollodorus is waiting for you at the lighthouse.
I will tell him
moron.
to find you near the sunken ship.
Alright, now we need to scan for this ship out in the middle of the lake. It's not really a lake, it's more like a bay, because this is actually like the entrance to the Mediterranean right here. Like if you go out that way, that I'm looking right now, that's like the entrance to the Mediterranean. So this is more like a bay. Right? Even on the map, it's a bay. It's not a lake. It's the mouth of a river. This way, this way, this way. There we go. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this game has no way for you to have infinite breath when you're underwater, but you can have extended breath underwater. It would be in Assassin's Creed Odyssey where they would actually introduce a bonus for certain equipment that will allow you to breathe perpetually underwater. So, that's one thing that, kind of interesting ability, but it's also kind of weird because, why is this taking so long to unlock? Holy crap.
That precious scroll. Neck.
That was weird that it took so long to unlock. But yeah, the, oh no, I don't need help, but thanks though. That's a soldier. What? Why is a soldier? Oh no, this is a soldier too. Shoot, where'd my boat go? Oh, there's my boat. Okay. I was like, why is a soldier attacking me? Hey, you. Your boat's on fire now. What are you gonna do? Haha. We'll steal your friend's boat. But yeah, you can't breathe underwater forever, but that doesn't really matter because there's not a whole heck of a lot of... Go, get off the other one. Jesus. Oy. There's not a whole heck of a lot of places that you need to spend a lot of time underwater. This one doesn't have very many places that you can only get into from, say, underwater caves or whatever. Assassin's Creed Odyssey would do a lot more with underwater locations than this game did. Who's fighting me? Who? You? Must be you, right? You're the closest enemy I see. You're not fighting me no more. Okay, yeah, that was him. That was weird.
Here's your precious papyrus.
Well done, Bayek. I see you are a capable man. Someone I may be able to trust.
Oh yeah. Bayek is the most badass.
The scroll was meant for the Roman
Oh,
general
I have to...
Pompey in an effort to sway Rome to Cleopatra's side. She will be grateful to you for keeping the communication secret. She is at my estate. We're headed there now.
Yeah, Pompey is a rival of
How
Caesar's.
does Aya fit into all this?
Her cousin Phanos informed me that she was a driven woman stalking deadly prey. It so happened that I also had reason to bring down
Aya
this
has
prey.
some Greek blood, by the way.
When Aya was successful, I stepped in to protect her.
We are grateful.
And we are grateful that you have eliminated
What?
Eudorus.
Really?
He was
I should not
an
have hit that.
odious individual.
I should tell you that in addition to Eudorus, I put an end to the Phylacetae of Alexandria, Gennadios.
Gennadios? I am very glad he is dead. But it will
There we go.
cause serious problems for you. The Phylakis are a tightly bound
you-
group. And murderers.
Oh,
They will
Apollodorus,
certainly
thank you.
come after you.
So be it.
They already have been,
Can I
and I'm not
ask why
scared of
you
them.
wanted Eudorus dead?
As you know, Cleopatra's brother, Ptolemy, is too young and pliable to be a strong leader.
He's also an
We
idiot
believe Eudorus
and
was the
naive.
force
In this
behind
game, I don't know about the real Ptolemy.
responsible for so many of Egypt's current ills. You will learn more at the villa.
Okay. So, we're going to meet Cleopatra here. And Cleopatra, as some people may know, is like one of the most famous female figures in history. She was very influential in the last days of Egypt
Queen
and the
enjoys
early
life
days
of
of
high
Rome.
society.
The Roman
I'm pleased that
Roman
Aya
Empire,
is
that
bringing
is.
some sober substance to Cleopatra's social circle. She is
Just
an
before Rome
extraordinary woman,
abandoned
your
its
wife.
republic to
I
become
know.
an empire.
Bayek, before I can disclose all secrets, Cleopatra must meet and approve of you.
Good.
She can be particular. Let me give you some advice. When you approach the Queen, bend your knee in deference. Speak
sure.
only in reply. Yours is not to question, but to answer. Do
You
not
got
be
it.
distracted by the festivities. She has a large entourage, and they like to amuse themselves. Sometimes to excess. Speak clearly, in measured tones, and above all, do not meet her gaze.
Because
Ready?
back then, royalty were
I cannot
basically
wait.
gods. Not a big fan of monarchies, but, you know, I get it that, you know, this was how things were back then, so whatever, I won't criticize it too harshly. I mean, it's not that it was okay, it's more that just, like, I don't want to make a big deal out of it.
Catch me!
Come here, both of you. Yes.
Kings and queens, not a good way to rule,
This way.
not a good way to rule a state.
She doesn't hold a grudge.
Please?
Where is my opium pipe?
She sounds straight British, I don't get it.
I will sleep with anyone as long as they agree to be executed in the morning.
Like Xantivis.
He was well satisfied with his bargain. Who is this toothsome fellow? In mehoto ek nebshevet.
My queen, this is,
Well,
Cleopatra
It is a generous
speaks
offer,
like 9 different languages,
but I've already
or at
pledged
least
my
she was
life
told so. Or at
to
least
this
it's
woman.
told that she was.
Aya, you have chosen well. Come.
She looks
we
really
have
bad
much
there.
to
That lighting makes her look
discuss.
terrible.
Celebrate, my friends.
And I don't mean like ugly, I mean like the model of her face looks
were meant
bad
to
in that
kneel.
lighting. Eh. Bayek's not so deferent to royalty.
Pasremta. Meet Aya and
Pasremta.
Bayek.
Was
They
that
put
like
an
Pharaoh?
early end to Eudoros.
Delightful.
Ta is like
You are
one of the
joining our
major gods
efforts,
in
then?
Egypt.
We do not know what your
Not
efforts
talked about
are.
so much,
Eudoros
but
was a member of the Order of Ancients.
Ta has a
They
lot
are
of
responsible for
influence
my
and
exile.
power
They
in
tore
terms
me
of
from my throne.
the
And why should I care about them?
Egyptian
Now the snake has many heads. Those
pantheon.
heads make up the order.
The snake is
Exactly.
the man who killed my son.
It is not so simple.
What are they talking about?
I don't know. They must know something.
The Order of Ancients seeks to
You can tell that
control all
Aya and
Egypt.
Bayek don't have the same
Ptolemy is but
exact,
their puppet.
don't have the same accent. Where I think Bayek's is supposed to be more Egyptian, Aya's is more,
We have
I mean,
informants
quote
in
unquote
each region,
Greek.
but they have been unable to touch the Order.
Across Egypt, mysterious forces work against us. For instance,
It's a nice
here,
map.
in the Nile Delta, the endless sands swallow up whole villages, yet a malignant human force moves with them.
Yep.
That force
These are the different
is
orders
one
of the
of the
ancients
Order
that
of
we're going to have to
Ancients,
focus on for the
called the Scar.
second act of the
And over
game,
here, in
basically.
most sacred Giza,
A shadowy figure called a hyena controls all that occurs. What is certain is that Giza is the land of death and loss.
It's a
And
pharaoh's
then
head.
there's
That
Memphis.
crown
All
is
is
the
cursed
Egyptian.
in my land. Even the sacred Apis bull himself. The one called the lizard has worked a sort of diabolical power.
So the snake is the Order of Ancients.
yes, Eudoros was known as the Hippo.
Hippo. The way that she
You are
says
right,
po
my love.
specifically, like, particular to one
was not the
specific
last
British
one.
accent.
All of these
One
are.
regional
When
version.
the
I
Order
don't know,
wants something,
but it's
as
one
in
of...
Siwa, it does not hesitate to crush all in its path.
For Siwa, now Fayum. It is the most oppressed region in all of Egypt,
The Fayum Oasis is like a much larger version of
where the
Siwa.
crocodile wields cruel power. The denizens live in constant fear.
Crocodile was...
That is the fate that awaits all Egypt.
Well,
If we
Crocodile
fail to
has
stop
taken
the
over
order.
Crocodilopolis. Go figure, right? That was him.
We need decisive action. It is time for assassinations.
You got it. What's in the box? I forget what's in the box.
We still have not found the man who killed Khemu. Our son Shed will weep with joy when we clear the map of those figures.
See, she sort of has a
You
Egyptian
are
accent,
my
but it's
Magi
different.
now.
I'm not sure.
Protector
Sounds
of the
different.
true pharaoh of Egypt.
I already have a badge. It's the Eye of Horus. It's supposed to be a
So it shall be.
supposed to be a symbol that
Tonight,
represents like
We
justice.
drink,
I forget exactly.
celebrate, make love.
I love how he just talks about he's gonna make
Tomorrow.
love in front of this crowd of other people. There goes his original Magi badge. It's less colorful. We're gonna wear the pretty gold and blue and red one. Probably got some jade or something in there, some precious stones. Egypt's Magi. As opposed to anywhere else's Magi. Only Egypt had Magi. I mean, you know, only Egypt actually had anything called a Magi. I guess we have things that are similar to Magi in other places. What outfit is this? Is this the same outfit I was wearing? I don't think so.
Roya, where have you got to?
Yeah, okay, it is. I just don't recognize it without the hood. I was like, where's all that blue and red from? Alright. Now we have opened up the story in a vast, vast way. So we go here to targets, and now we have the lizard, somewhere in Memphis, the crocodile, somewhere in Crocodilopolis, the hyena in Giza, the most important location in ancient Egypt in terms of, like, you know, artifacts and tombs and obviously pyramids, although there are other important locations that aren't necessarily as widely known, I guess. And the scarab, who is somewhere out in the desert south of us. And we are going to basically take them in order. So first we're going to head for the lizard, who is taking over Memphis. Then we're going to go to the crocodile, the hyena, and finally the scarab. And that will progress us quite far in the story. So I'm going to exit the menu. And, well, how close is this synchronization? Oh, it's a while. No, it's just across this river.
Told her to hurry back.
So each one of the Order of the Ancients are named after an animal that is particular to Egypt, or at least is very common throughout Egypt. So I really like that idea because it kind of, you know, makes it feel more particular to this area, makes it feel more Egyptian in themes. And they each have like their own thing that they do within the order, and typically they're going to give us like really interesting reasons to want to go after them, but they're also usually going to try to justify their deeds through some warped sense of morality. And I really actually like, you know, overall I'm not too satisfied with the story of this game. You know, I like Bayek, I like Aya, I like Cleopatra, but I don't like the story too much. But I do really like the villains. I like the Order of the Ancients, the characters that you meet. Let's go ahead and check this one just for the sake of doing it. Because we could actually fast travel directly to Apollodorus' estate. We don't have to mark this synchronization point in order to travel here in the future, but I figure I might as well do it. So I really like having the different characters that you go after be interesting characters on their own, but I still kind of wish you spent a little bit more time getting to know them, because some of them you might complete like 2 minor quests and then you're immediately ready for the fight with them. And that's a little disappointing, but I guess it's not a huge deal. But I digress. We are going to head down here to Memphis. And Memphis is all the way. It's a good, like, 3-4 kilometers, I think. In order to go after our first Order of the Ancients member, who is going to be, as I said before, the lizard. But we're going to take a boat. So let's go over here, see if we can't find a boat, and start sailing down to Memphis. Unfortunately, that's the only way to actually get there, is to go there. So most of this episode is probably going to be taken up with travel time, but I don't think that's a big deal, especially because, as I said before, we'll be taking the boat, which is, you know, the fastest way to travel. So let me call my mount. I also want to change my outfit. Gear. I don't need to worry about those weapons. Why do I not have a tool equipped? Let's equip a tool. Let's do sleep darts. Just because. Let's equip an outfit. Let's go Radiance of Anubis. I haven't worn this one in a while. I like it. I like it a lot. I wish we had more of these outfits with the animal heads. There's only like 3. There's one that you can get from DLC, and that's the Horus outfit, but, well, I don't buy the DLC for this game. At least not the Helix packs. If they want to sell me an actual like expansion, like they've done with some of the other DLC, sure, I'm all about that. I love expansion packs with new areas to explore. I'm gonna kill these hippos just because I'm gonna get, just because even if I don't start combat with them, they're gonna start fighting me first, so I might as well kill them. Come on, stupid hippo. Might as well waste my adrenaline. Why did he spin like that? That was funny. Like jumped up in the air and did a complete 360. These hippos are probably going to come after me too, right? Yep, they are. Okay. If I can get on this boat in time, I might be able to completely escape them. Because they can swim, unlike real hippos. Real hippos can't swim, by the way. Real hippos actually sink in water. Which is weird, because I always figured hippos are like high body fat content, so shouldn't they be able to swim? I mean, that's typically what helps animals swim, is having higher body fat, because then they... when an animal has higher body fat, it's more likely to float, because fat is, of course, buoyant in water. Wow, yeah, 4.5 kilometers. Ooh, this is going to be a long sail. And we're not really going to stop off on the sides of the banks of the river to do anything in the meantime. We're just going to sail through. Is there anything that I want to talk about regarding this game otherwise while we're doing this? So yeah, with the side quest, this is around the part in the game when I did my original playthrough just as well. It was around this part where I was like, nah, I'm not really going to do any more side quests. I didn't really find them boring. I just find myself getting invested in the story, and I'm like, I want to see what's going on with the story. As I've explained before, I kind of had the same thing happen with The Witcher 3. I had the same thing happen with, say, what is that game? Horizon Zero Dawn, which is actually another game that I really like on the PS4. I'm not going to fight you, whoever you are. What is it? Yeah, it's just more... Wait, why is he swimming? I think that was a Greek soldier swimming. I just get so invested in the story that I'm like, I don't want to do side quests because I want to see what's going on with the story. So that's a common pattern for me. I get to a certain point in the game where it's like it opens up into what the main gameplay is going to be, and I just find myself going, nope, I'm done with side quests. Let me do the explore the world and focus on the story. Now, in this one, as we've said before, I'm not really going to be focusing so much on exploring the world. I'm not going to be going to every synchronization point, but there will be some points of interest that I will visit intentionally, just to show them off to you guys in case you're not fully aware of what's available to visit in this game. Obviously, the Great Pyramids right over there, great big in the background. I'm going to be visiting those, but that's because they're actually related to a story sequence anyways. As we know, the hyena is in Giza, and those pyramids are in Giza, so... Oh no, I missed. Oh crap. I set the guy's boat on fire. Huh, that was completely an accident. I was supposed to save him from the hippo. I was trying to shoot the hippo, but I missed really poorly. But I'll be showing off some other points of interest, and I'm thinking about doing a touring series. I've done some videos where I tour through some locations in some games where I visit. I did one video where I was visiting Athens and touring around Athens in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I've done another episode, I think, in this game where I tore through some I think have I? No, actually, you know what? I might not have done any touring episodes in this game, but this place right here, Letopolis, is one of the locations that I definitely want to do a tour through because it's a small place, kind of out of the way, easy to miss, but it's also really beautiful and interesting. It gives you like a really, really interesting and in-depth look at the Egyptian lifestyle that is presented in this game in a nice compact area. So you get a lot of the architecture and you get a lot of the daily life of what the Egyptians were doing, as well as being able to see it in a small, not overly small, but small enough area that you don't feel like you have to travel huge distances to see different parts of the daily life. What? I'm not even near you guys. Leave me alone. There will be a couple more places like that. Most of the locations in this game are marked pretty well in terms of. What's that? I think, yeah, it's a crocodile attacking a soldier. I don't care. Soldier can die for all I care. He's probably a bad guy anyways. Yeah, we're sailing all the way down this river, so I guess we're almost there. We've traveled most of the distance that we had to. I could be going through these in like inland rivers, but those have a lower top speed for the boats, and also it's a lot easier to run into the shores in those areas, so it'd be a lot slower for us to do that. But anyway, some of the locations that you might find interesting aren't necessarily marked on the map as cities, because cities you can fast travel to just as well as synchronization points, but points of interest, you know, like temples or this right here, location, there's a underwater or something there, I guess. You can't fast travel to those, and even though they might be in the game, if you miss them, then you probably won't discover them, and you might miss out on some of the more interesting locations. So I'm going to try to show some of that kind of stuff off too. These flamingos right here are not actually models. I can't interact with those at all. They're just something to make the game look a little bit more lively, having so many more flamingos flying around. I've seen a lot of people, well, I can't really say a lot. I've seen one or two people before that have called the crocodiles in this game alligators. And it seems really weird because a lot of people don't seem to know the difference between alligators and crocodiles. I guess that's understandable, you know, because on a cursory glance, they don't really appear very different from each other. But the biggest difference between crocodiles and alligators is that crocodiles have pointy snouts, and they have all of their teeth coming down out of their mouth. So when a crocodile closes its mouth, all of its bottom teeth are or all of its top teeth are showing, and none of its bottom teeth are. Whereas an alligator actually has one of its bottom teeth showing on the outside of its mouth when it's closed. Also, alligators have round snouts, so their mouths are more, you know, semicircular shaped on the tip. What is that? I think this guy's okay. No, he's fine. I thought he was getting attacked or something. But here we can see Memphis starting to appear. Those big buildings right underneath the sail, those are part of Memphis. So yeah, crocodiles are, they're also much bigger usually. Crocodiles are generally bigger in size. The biggest reptiles in the world are saltwater crocodiles, I think. It's between saltwater and Nile crocodiles. Saltwater crocodiles are more present in Southeast Asia, Australia. You've probably seen a lot of them on, like, what's his name? Steve Irwin's show back in the day, if you're old enough to remember that. If not, I'm sorry. Steve Irwin was great. Crocodiles are huge, whereas alligators are smaller. You know, not always, but they don't get anywhere near the size of saltwater or Nile crocodiles. I remember going to Philippines with my wife, and we saw saltwater crocodiles there, and there was one that was absolutely massive, just so impressively huge. And seeing this animal, just the sheer size of it, you know, you think of lizards and you think of reptiles and things, and you're like, oh, those are small things, and then you see a giant saltwater or Nile crocodile, because, you know, Niles are pretty big too, and whew, boy, it is scary but impressive. It's a beautiful thing to see, but glad I don't live anywhere near them. Alright, we should be revealing the Memphis region now, right? Are we revealing the Memphis region yet? Yes? No? Because that's all Memphis right there. It's cloudy. Ooh. Yeah, okay. So, the thing is, with the Assassin's Creed series, this is something they typically do, is when there's something bad happening in a location, they make the weather bad too. So it's like, even though it's still technically daytime right now, it's really overcast and ugly, because the lizard is basically spreading.
He's likely at the Great Temple.
Yeah, Pasharemta. Okay, no, that doesn't mean. Okay, I guess that's somebody. I guess it's the. What do you call it? I guess that's the high priest for Ptah or Apis.
It is beautiful, but it stinks of the battlefield or a tomb.
Yeah, so there's like a, I think the lizard, the Order of the Ancient member here in Memphis, is spreading some sort of plague or something around among the people, and also Memphis is like the last great Egyptian city left from before the Greek annexation, and it's falling into disrepair. I don't think in the modern world Memphis has any serious any serious population or political power. I'm pretty sure if there's anything left of what used to be Memphis, it's a small place. I could be wrong about that though, but around this time Memphis was definitely falling out of power. But as you might have been able to tell from all the civilians passing us, it is much more high. It has a much more high native Egyptian population as opposed to Alexandria, which, as we saw, had a large population of Romans. We're going to go ahead and pick up this synchronization point up here, by the way, just because we're in the middle of Memphis and it's right here on the temple.
Don't have family here. I used to like Memphis.
Go. What are you doing?
Now, the smell of it
Climb
makes
up
me
the
sick.
climb up the flagpole. Now you'll climb up the flagpole, right? There we go. Thank you, Bayek. But Memphis is also probably my favorite city in the game. If I had to choose like one of the major cities, because there's probably 5 or 6 major cities in this game, which is, you know, a decent amount. But they don't get as big as Memphis or Alexandria. There are some more, but I guess besides Cyrene, most of them are smaller than Memphis and Alexandria, and I kind of wish that some of the cities were a bit bigger. Crocodilopolis, which we heard about before, is smaller than Memphis by a wide margin. And besides that, there's what other major cities are there? There's Alexandria, Cyrene, Memphis, Crocodilopolis, and any other major cities? That's all I can think of off the top of my head that would actually be considered cities, and not like, you know, major temple complexes like Yamu or something like that we've been to before. Let's go talk to this Pasharemta. I guess that's his name. I was thinking for some reason that meant something like a, you know, maybe like an old word for a pharaoh or something, but apparently it's the name of one of the priests of Ptah. But see, I love these temple complexes. It's so beautiful, and exploring around them and all that kind of stuff is great. Pasharemta? Oh, was this the guy that was up there in Apollodorus' estate with us? I think so. Pretty sure this is that guy.
Perhaps we forgot some part of the ritual.
I will vomit if I hear more. Have no doubt of this. If our child dies, I die.
No, my Lotus, do not speak like that.
Yeah, this is the guy that was up there in Apollodorus' estate.
Leave me be.
Is she pregnant? Yeah, she's pregnant. That is the Apis bull, who is a bull that is supposed to represent Ptah on Earth and is like a sacred animal to the Egyptians, and not happy. I forget exactly what's going on with him, but he's unhealthy or something.
I'm sorry.
I have come to seek the lizard.
See his voice echoing in the helmet like that? It's cool, right?
One more affliction for Memphis. The city withers in the darkness of a curse.
Yeah, more like a plague, but whatever.
Disease, pestilence, the poison stink of the air. The ape is ghoul-sickened nearly unto death.
So you can't wear like a Ptah outfit in order to have a bull's head.
The people look to me for guidance, but I am as lost as they.
Push!
Bull is sick.
Apis, how have we wronged you?
Hush!
The curse touches even my own house. My wife, Timehotep, has miscarried 3 times this year. She's with child again, but if she loses
3 times in a year? Jesus. What, did you get her pregnant like every 2 or 3 months? Did you like immediately impregnate her after every...
My wife's seer can't help. His house is to the southwest.
After every miscarriage?
Responsible. I will kneel beside you as they strike us down.
Yeah, Bayek does not like seeing people suffer. He is a good person. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it off there for this episode. I know that there wasn't a whole heck of a lot of gameplay for this one. It was more sailing, but in the next one we will definitely be exploring and clearing up some business in Memphis. So I appreciate you guys watching me and joining me for the Let's Play, and I certainly hope that you will leave some comments and some things you want my opinion on, and give me some talking points. Other than that, thank you for joining, and have a good New Year.